When you think of transportation on Sentosa, Sentosa monorails will probably come to our minds. Hey! No! That is Sentosa Express. Do you know there is originally a Sentosa monorail? Unlike this one, which has 3 stations to bring you to the island, the old Sentosa monorail has 7 stations, which brings you on a scenic tour around the island. Sadly, this is all that's left today. But why do we need to decommission such an extensive monorail to make way for a shorter one? Well, this is what we are going to explore today in Singapore's Lost Railways Hunt. Let's go! The concept of the original Sentosa monorail had been in the works since the 70s as a greener alternative to existing bus services on the island, and it finally commenced operations 2 months ahead of schedule on 23rd February 1982 at a cost of 16 million Singapore dollars. Many of the bus drivers on the island were then retrained to operate the monorail. The monorail was an instant hit with so many visitors rushing into the island just to try it on the opening day, and was no slouch at increasing tourism here. So, with all the successes, why did we still choose to tear it down? The short answer is that, over the years, it became a little clunky. First off, the monorail cars were small with no standing space and had no air conditioning, which resulted in the ride feeling rather uncomfortable. Secondly, maintaining this aging monorail was a pain, and inspections even showed that some of the butt wells did not meet the British standard. With all of its problems piling up and with Sentosa visitors wanting a more modern transport service, it was then decided in the 2000s to scrap this Lau Gu Dong monorail for a sleeker, air-conditioned monorail that can actually bring people to Sentosa from the mainland, which would later become operational in 2007. As we're recording this in 2022, most of the monorail station buildings have been completely demolished. This is... was actually the Palawan Beach station. But the good news is, there are 2 stations still around, so you'll be surprised at what they look like today. Let's go! This used to be a cable car station, but today it has been repurposed to the Sentosa Nature Discovery. Psst. Where I'm standing on used to be the monorail tracks. It has a gap to where the train pulls in from the station from there. Hey, interesting fact. The boardwalk that I am on now, it's actually built on old monorail tracks. So, if you want to pretend to be on the old monorail again, you can do this too. Do you know that this used to be Port Siloso Station? Today, it is redeveloped into our Surrender Chambers building. And this one here is our boardwalk towards the building. And nope, this is not the monorail tracks. Rather, this rooftop was where the monorail tracks used to be. And I know it's a little bit challenging, but if you go up to level 2, you might be able to find Please Wait behind the yellow line. So, in fact, they replaced the old monorail with the new one because it's just a tad problematic. What's there to miss about the old monorail? Well, as crazy as it sounds, quite a bit. Though the old monorail didn't connect the island to the mainland like the new one does, the route itself is just simply expensive and scenic. I remember when I was young, I was mind blown by the beautiful scenery right at this spot. I do wish that they would have integrated the old monorail with the new one. I even remember someone suggesting this on the papers. Unfortunately, even if we want to do that, we can't because we've built things in the way. For example, where I am standing was the iconic ferry terminal station, but now it has become... Which means we are back to using buses again. But at least now we have beach traps too! Maybe I'm a little nostalgic and sad that the Sentosa from my childhood is slowly fading away. While we love our modern attractions like the Resorts World Sentosa and Universal Studios, it's still a little heart-wrenching to know that our old monorail has to go to make way for it. Well, you can still experience some of the history of the monorail for yourself by exploring the Sentosa Heritage Trail. The trail revisits some of the island's former attractions, including the Sentosa monorail and its remnants. Alright, and that concludes our journey with the Sentosa monorail, one of Singapore's many lost railways.